Hi, everyone. I can't believe it's been so long since I've done a live. I can't even remember the last time I did one, so excited to be here tonight. I am Alex Harper. I am the founder of Women of Culture, and I'm going to be chatting with Michelle Perchuk, so I am actually going to invite her in right now. Let's see if I can remember because it's been a while. So she will be here in just a minute. We're going to be, she's actually a long time. Hi.
Hi.
They always change the Instagram things. I'm like, wait, where is it now? So yeah, I was just saying that, you've been a long time Women of Culture member, and I'm a big fan of all of your work. So I'm just so happy to chat. And I don't know, do you want to introduce yourself, I guess, to those who don't know you?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. Good evening or good afternoon. I don't know. We may have an international audience here.
Yeah.
Michelle Perchuk. I am, first of all, a very proud member of Women of Culture. I get my art and culture fix from Alex and her amazing events. But what I do for my everyday job when I'm not having fun is I am a full-time career coach and job search strategist. So I work with executives, professionals, small business people, entrepreneurs, whoever wants to have a plan regarding their professional life and their career progression. And the issues are vast these days. It's all about finding something that you love, where you could be creative and you could be your authentic self.
Mm.
A big part of what I do is very art related, because I refer to a lot of journeys that artists have had in their lives, in their creative lives, in their professional lives over the years, over the past 1,000 years, probably. I'm a very big art buff. And I have met some amazing, amazing women through Women of Culture. And as I'm always networking, I'm very excited to talk with Alex this evening about the power of the network and how awesome it is and why everyone should join.
Thank you. I love it. Yeah, and I love that you do bring art into what you do, and I think that's so unique. And that you have this whole course around art, and but I just wanted to ask what if you remember, how you found Women of Culture. What was your first event?
I do not remember how I found the Women of Culture per se. I do remember a friend who was a gallery owner telling me that Women of Culture just sponsored an event or did an event at her gallery.
Right.
During off hours or something like that.
Yeah, we did like an after hours event.
I remember my first feeling was like, wow, there's actually a group that does that. And being, the nosy person that I am, very curious mind, I think that I just did some research, got more information about this organization. And the first event, actually, now I remember, was that FIT,
right.
Museum of Costumes, that I attended, which was very nice. I think it was Dior or Galliano, something like that.
Yeah.
And there was an amazing brunch. And I just loved meeting these amazing New York City women, and some women that are first moving to New York City. And I realized that, the value of this network, not only learning about art and culture in New York City, but also it kind of pushed me to attend all these things that I love. It allowed me to put things on my calendar, which is awesome.
Yeah. No, I mean, like you mentioned, like I always have some sort of, cultural experience, like highly curated, behind the scenes, private guided tour as much as possible. And then, as you said, like some sort of social opportunity where there's, a brunch or drinks or dinner opportunity to sit down and really meet other women. And so I like that you you highlighted both of those parts of our events. And I was just wondering if you mentioned a few things that you have gained from being a part of it. Oh, hi, Katori. She's one of the artists that I've done an IG live with before. It's nice to see her. Anyways, it's amazing work. Anyways, but yeah, I was just wondering, if there's anything else that you have gained from, have you made, friends? Have you made professional, business connection? Like, learn more about art? I don't know. Yeah,
it's actually all of the above. So I have learned about art because I have been visible at more places. I have been exposed to more, which I probably would not be able to do myself, because by the time I would organize all of my girlfriends, the event would be over. So in a way, you and all the Women of Culture events, it kind of keeps me really loyal to my art interest, and it gets me out, and it gets me to put things on my social calendar, with family and friends and all of that. And it's something that I do for myself, which I love. So that is a great advantage. Regarding friendships, yes, there are some budding friendships. Different people are in different stages of their life. They may not always be looking for friends per se. I just have to say that it is such a warm environment when you do attend a Women of Culture dinner. It's very intimate. Everyone is very down to earth. Not saying everyone is going to be your best friend, but people are definitely open to connecting. And being in a huge city that's usually very rough and not as welcoming as New York City, it really is so refreshing.
Yeah.
Know that a small organization like Women of Culture exists, where there's always a nice warm table of people ready to welcome you, have drinks with after the event or before. And, everyone is just so open without being very cliquey.
Yeah.
Which this is what I really, I prepared for this call, and this is what really was an emotion that I felt when I thought about Women of Culture. So I'm glad that I can share it with everybody.
Oh, that's awesome. That means so much to me because, I mean, we've talked a little bit before about like why I started it and what, for me, it was like so many different things, but so many of the things that you mentioned that, I felt like I didn't know people who were warm and welcoming, or, a lot of people I did know weren't interested in the arts, or just we're very busy, and, we're all very busy. But to me, it felt important to prioritize, female friendships, and also just experiencing the arts, and like why I even moved to the city in the first place, like to be closer to all of this amazing art and culture that we have. And so I'm glad that I've sort of succeeded in creating what I set out,
And you did so much more, because you created this environment where it's so easy to welcome new people. It's so accessible. It's not super expensive. There's a variety of different events you could attend, and even the events where it's an art exhibit or a performance and a meal. People can always opt out of the meal if they just want to go for the art walk or whatnot. It's really, when you think about how expensive things are in New York City, I mean, this is really a bargain, because not only do you get to meet new people, but you also get to experience art and culture. And not everything is breaking the bank. I know everyone is kind of watching their budgets. So it's an amazing gem, let me tell you.
Thank you. I see Zafreen joined, who's
Oh,
another member. Hi. I saw Kathleen was on here, who I haven't seen in ages, so I just want to say hi. But yeah, I really, have so many things that I wanted to achieve, and I think you hit on a lot of them around just also like keeping things a little bit accessible and not, I think and sometimes people might get the impression of this being like very ladies who lunch kind of thing, and I like to try to dispel that if I can, and maybe there's some elements of that, and that's fine, but I part of my mission was also around making the arts more approachable for people that may not be in the art world. And, people ask me all the time, like, oh, do I have to know something about art? Or, like, oh, I only go to a museum every once in a while. I don't know anything. I'm like, no, you don't have to know anything. I mean, that's the whole point, is that you show up in an event and you learn, and
yeah.
you ask the questions you might be scared to have asked in art history class or whatever, I think that that's always been really important to me, because the art world can feel very kind of secretive and unapproachable sometimes, and part of that is by design, but I think that it's art is something that we should all enjoy and can all enjoy with absolutely no artistic background or experience. So
And additionally, I just want to segue into another. You don't have to know anything about art, and
mm-hmm.
you don't have to know anybody at these events.
Yeah, right.
You can
Yeah.
go up and literally just enjoy the experience. You don't actually need to talk to anybody. I have attended numerous events, and there were times where I wasn't really feeling like chatting up, and just went through the exhibit by myself and really enjoyed it. Like, for example, when Alex organized the Studio 54 exhibit at the Brooklyn Museum,
right,
there were a few ladies that attended, but I really didn't want to be with anybody. I wanted really to experience that feel of that era. And I really enjoyed going through that exhibit by myself. I didn't want to, I wasn't bogged down by chatting away with somebody, because I was afraid I would miss something. And Women of Culture gives you that kind of environment where you can turn it up, or you could turn it down. And you could definitely feel very comfortable attending if you don't know anybody. But now you know me and Alex. So
there you go.
You could just show up and you'll know who we are.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that's a great point, that, first of all, the point is really to come on your own. I mean, of course, bring friends if you want to, but there's no need to have a date or something, or, a friend, like you'll make friends along the way if you want to, or if you just want to experience, like you said, and sometimes I think we all need that. I mean, myself included, like before I started the community, like I would get lazy and miss shows and exhibits, and you get stuck in your routine, or you can't find anyone to go with, or whatever. And this is like, okay, no, like you said before, like this is on your calendar now. Like even if you just need that sort of day and time in order to help you get there and enjoy it on your own, you can do that too. And as much as possible, it was a little harder during COVID, but as much as possible we will have a guide or something, so that you're also getting a bit of a unique or augmented experience that you wouldn't get on your own.
Absolutely. And you know what? I enjoyed the bragging rights. Like, as when I talk to my girlfriends, or when I talk to like business associates, I'm like, oh, I went to Dumbo for an art tour, and I got to visit a home of an artist. And they're like, wow, how'd you do that? And I'm like, well, I went with Women of Culture. It's like, everybody knows I went with Women of Culture. And my husband finally said, who are these Women of Culture?
Yeah, and I think also I love, just to bring that up, the fact that you are married, you do have children, like you are busy, but you make time for these things. And I was just curious, like what how do you manage that, and why do you make time for it?
Well, first of all, it's something that I love.
Hmm.
It's time that I take for myself because art is such a big part of who I am.
Yeah.
I get to meet new people and really enjoy like stress free without any drama time, going to new restaurants, having drinks, really being in the moment.
Hmm.
And the only thing for me is the planning because, yes, I am a family person. I also run a very successful business. So
Yeah.
it's very important for me to plan.
Yeah.
But where the weekends are really perfect.
Yeah.
Every single Sunday event, I try to attend because it really works very well for me. When
Yeah.
I worked in Manhattan every day, I probably would have attended many more events right after work, but
Hmm.
sometimes things get a little complicated, with getting back into the city. But
Yeah. And I mean, that's,
yeah, but
yeah.
you have a variety,
Right.
there's a variety. There's really something for everyone.
Right.
And one thing that Alex forgot to mention is these amazing trips that she started organizing to all these places,
Yeah.
Art Basel, and
Yeah.
it gives people opportunities to go to
Hmm.
places where they really wouldn't go on their own, or
Yeah.
they actually would not get in because
Yeah.
it's a very exclusive, event
Yeah.
down in Miami to all these art shows. And Alex really organizes that and makes it like a whole curated experience, which is incredible. And she's
Yeah.
a lot more of that this year, from what I hear.
Yes, that is a little teaser of things to come, and trying to, as I call them, weekends of culture, and getting hopefully to DC for the cherry blossoms, and Boston, and definitely going back to Miami in December for Basel again. So, yeah, there's definitely lots of fun things coming up, and the trips I think are really an amazing way to get to know people even better, and you spend 3 4 days with with the group, and you really walk out of there hopefully with some good friends, and if not great memories, and like you mentioned, not having to plan anything yourself, and do any of the research, and there's always good food and drinks, and that's all. The art of food is, yeah, that's part of
Yeah.
part of
Yes.
what we do. So I always, spend a lot of time researching all of that, and just also making sure, even outside of going to things like Art Basel, if going to Boston or DC or something, that we're heading up the major museums, but also some of the ones you might not know of, or some of the art things that you might not, find in the main guidebooks, or, if you've been to the place before, try to do, add a little, a little women of culture twist to the trip.
And what about all the immersive experiences, like
Yeah.
that amazing calligraphy class that you did in Soho, in
Yeah.
that handbag designer basement,
Yeah.
um, and then the beautiful event where we learned about Kusama. We went to
Mhm.
like an art class studio in the East
Yeah.
Village, learned about Kusama during
Hmm.
Halloween time, and then actually got an immersive experience of painting our own pumpkins in the style of Kusama, which to me
Yeah.
was heaven because I'm such a big fan. And
Yeah.
then the amazing dinner where we actually
Hmm.
got an opportunity to take some food home.
Oh
An
my God, we had so much
incredible
food.
rush meal that I did not expect, and it was just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I try to keep things varied. So, I guess the majority of the events tend to be more about like experiencing the arts, as an observer or an appreciator. But yeah, we get our hands dirty sometimes. And I think, even experiencing the arts helps you tap into your own creativity, helps you, experience other perspectives and learn things about yourself. And then, putting that into practice and actually making something is just, yeah, we try to,
Fun.
yeah, it's just yeah, and especially with friends, with a group, and you kind of, get to laugh, and there's no judgment. I mean, my I think my pumpkin was terrible, but I had a lot of fun, and
And
so
why?
yeah.
We had some crackers and cheese. It was nice.
Yeah, exactly. So, do you, off the top of your head, I know that you've been to a lot of different ones, but can you remember any other like favorite events or experiences?
Mm, I
I
mean,
know that,
one
mhm.
that we just did over Christmas time. I mean,
Yeah, that
we
was fun.
visited Oscar Wilde restaurant
Mhm.
lounge. I mean, it was
Yeah,
all Christmas on steroids decorations. We got amazing photos. And then the limo ride to the two Christmas light shows out on Long Island
yeah.
was amazing fun. The
Yeah.
botanical, actually, now I remember, one of my favorites was the botanical gardens with all
Mm,
the installations.
yeah.
I mean, the truth of the matter is, would I have gone out there eventually? Maybe, maybe not.
Hmm.
But I put it on my calendar and I made a
Yeah.
whole day of it, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, that was a beautiful exhibit. I mean, we've been there a few times, like when they do like the train show over the holidays, and yeah. So hopefully, I don't know what they have coming up this year, but maybe we'll be back up there. And are there any events that you're particularly looking forward to? Or
Well, I'm looking forward to more of the exhibitions at the museums. I've missed the
Mhm.
museums.
Yeah,
You know, we have a Whitney
yeah,
thing coming up on Sunday and then the
yeah,
brunch. I really want to experience more. I mean, I obviously love anything having to do with art, but it's
yeah,
really that old New York, with
yeah.
New York unique. And, you know, the walking tours and the museums and, you know, the small cafes and restaurants. That's what I'm really looking forward to this year.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm excited for yeah, we're gonna see the Labyrinth of Forms exhibit at the Whitney, which features a lot of female artists. I do try to bring in as much, female empowerment, women artists when we can. We have a great art historian, Paul Rockefeller, who will be speaking with us, and that's actually a members only event. So we do we didn't mention this before, but like we have the Artful membership where you get access to different smaller exclusive events like the one coming up on
Yes.
Sunday, and discounts, and just more opportunities to engage with the community, and really get to know each other and the arts even better, I
Yeah.
guess.
So
um,
really, actually unique for some of the people that are with us that, you know, Women of Culture is like a no pressure type of organization. You can attend without being a member. I mean, there
mhm,
are many other art organizations where you have to shell out thousands of dollars and they won't even really let you visit unless you know someone who's a member and you get to go as a guest. Here
yeah,
you have an opportunity to attend and actually, you know, experience what the organization is all about by attending one or two events. Could basically date us before you decide to marry Women of Culture. But you have this opportunity to really see what it's all about
yeah,
before, you know, joining. I mean, everyone is on a budget these days. Everyone is asking extra questions. Do I really need this? Do I really not need this? You know, people
mhm,
are on budgets. People are,
mhm,
you know, thinking, do I really need this luxurious thing? You know, for less than $100, you could attend an event, really see what Women of Culture is all about, and then
mhm.
talk to some other members, and then see if it's really something that you want to commit to.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's a good point, and that's why I think it's so cool that because you are a career coach and you work with people in their professional lives, but professional and personal are so tied together, and I always try to remind people that you can only perform well at work if you're happy and you're doing things for yourself during your downtime. If you're working 24/7, you're going to burn out. You're not going to actually get that promotion or get whatever it is you might be working towards, or maybe you get it and then you end up totally burnt out. And so there's been a lot of, obviously, like, studies and research, and self-care is sort of this trendy buzzword these days, but it is really important because it does actually you know, it is more than just about, you know, luxury or something.
Right.
It is really, you know, taking care of yourself and doing things that are for you. And you know, like you mentioned, like doing something, even, you know, obviously you are a family person and you you know, have your family commitments, but then also, you know, finding time to do something that's just for you, which is,
Absolutely. It's very,
yeah,
for me, it's very distress. It reduces stress
yeah,
doing something that I love. And I get an opportunity to really show up without an agenda,
yeah,
just being myself.
yeah, yeah,
Very refreshing, especially so much is going on and everybody's so stressed and everybody is so overwhelmed with everything. So
right.
it's a win-win. I mean, the organization has offered me so much. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to share it with everyone.
Oh, thank you. I love hearing that. And, you know, I realize, you know, we're not saving the world or anything, but I do think, you know, every person that I can help be a little bit happier, have a little bit more fun and pleasure and, you know, self-care and whatever in their life, you know, it's like so important to me. And I think that just grows, like, you know, happy people spread happiness and joy wherever they go. So I think that's, you know, one person at a time. We're kind of trying to make people a bit happier, less lonely, and feeling more connected, especially in this crazy city. So I'm so grateful to, you know, have connected with you and all, you know, all the community members. So
Me
it's
too. Me too. And
yeah,
I have to say, you know, it is called Women of Culture, but we have had some women bring their husbands
yeah,
occasionally
hmm,
or brothers. So it's not like it's only for women.
yeah,
You want to
yeah,
bring a guest, it's not like we discuss certain only female issues. Art is
right,
for everyone. So
right,
if you want to come with, you know, a partner or a
yeah,
boyfriend, it's fine. You know,
yeah.
all experience art together in the most amazing city in the world, and that's what it's really all about.
Yeah, especially like all the artful discovery walks. We do like walking tours of Lower East Side, Dumbo, Tribeca, Chelsea. I mean, all of those are, you know, co-ed or gender inclusive or whatever, specifically. And then, you know, the other events too, I think, yeah, we definitely have people bring a partner or whatever. So I think, you know, for me, the idea was, you know, initially to really have it be, um, you know, a bit of a women's, not for women to sort of build each other up and help each other and network and all of that, but definitely not in an exclusive kind of,
Yes,
you know,
yes.
no men allowed way, you know. It's more
We're very inclusive. And I also want to say this, that I have learned a lot going on some of these tours. I mean, Alex really knows a lot about art. I mean, I learned a lot, especially on the Dumbo art tour. I mean, I've lived in
mm,
Brooklyn most of my life, and I did not know this information. And
mm,
it's very educational
yeah,
to be part of Women of Culture, really learn, and you learn in an as an immersive experience. You're right there, and it's very educational. So for people that are don't know much about art, don't feel
mm,
like you need to be an art historian to even
mm-hmm,
keep up with many of these tours. You
yeah,
really can show up and not know much and pick up a lot of information.
yeah, yeah. No, that's really
Yeah.
good to know. Also, just, you know, that's the idea, but it's like good to know that that's actually translated. And you know,
Yes.
I'm not from New York originally. Like I've been here almost 20 years, but I just feel like I have such a love for this city, and especially, you know, the neighborhoods I do tours of are my favorites. So they're places I fall in love with over and over again. So like I'm just always trying to, you know, convey that love and sort of pass that love on to other people. And, you know, I'm just like
Do it very well.
yeah. So yeah, that's, and I feel like I fall in love with the city more and more, you know, through these events and through the walks too. So um
Yes.
anyways.
feel your love
Oh, good.
for the organization.
Yeah.
Just the way that you put these events together, I could tell how much hard work goes
Yeah.
into it, how much research, and you know, I definitely appreciate that. So thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Well, I feel like that's like a great place to end, unless there was anything else you wanted to mention.
No, I mean, maybe people have some questions that they want to message to us.
Yeah.
Or you could always get in contact with Alex or I through Messenger,
Yeah.
Instagram. If you have any questions about a particular event, or if you don't
Yeah.
know anyone and you're like, oh, you know, will you be there if I show up? I know that that's been an issue for some people that I've invited. They want to attend only if I'm going to be there or if Alex is there. So feel free to message Alex or me if you have any questions.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're hoping you have an open invitation from us to attend. We've got
Yes.
exciting stuff. We have the calendar on the website.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's going to be a
Yeah.
great art year.
I know we have so much. I'm like so excited. This obviously has been a little bit of a rough couple of years of, things
Yeah.
opening, closing, whatever. But I feel like we're in a good place and we have some really exciting things coming up. So definitely, check out the website, check out Instagram, whatever. Couture, I hope you can make it to an event. Sometimes it's like, I know she's up in Yonkers, but we'll or maybe we'll do a trip up there sometime.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I just want to say thank you, Michelle, for your time. And I'm just so grateful to have you as a part of this community. And
My pleasure.
so, yeah, I guess I will see you on Sunday. I hope we'll see some of those who have been watching and sometime soon.
Yes, thank you. Thank you again. I enjoyed this conversation and I hope that I provided information and my perspective to people who are interested in art. So thank you so much. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.